seemed like they closed. They just stopped. Throat closed. And I remember just grabbing my face, grabbing the controls, take it out of gear, turn around, get back up the stairs, to go back to assist the operation of getting these guys back. My crew members were standing there and like shell shocked. They were just looking. Nobody's prepared for this. My level of confidence is going downhill rapidly, but I can't quit. I can't stop. I've got to run this crew. I've got to delegate. I've got to get these guys back. And if I lose it, we're going to not only lose the 3 people in the water, we're going to lose this vessel. And 26 people are going to die.
He unlocked the apartment door and pushed me inside and closed and locked the door behind me. The apartment was like an efficiency. There was one big open room with a little kitchenette next to it and bathroom off of it. It was dirty. There's like newspapers all over the floor and buckets piled up and writing all over the wall. And then he had pictures taped to the wall. He told me to get undressed. They made it clear what he wanted. And he raped me. After he raped me, he apologized and said that he's sorry, he did what he done to me, that I am a beautiful woman and I shouldn't let any man ever hurt me ever. How someone can say to not let anybody hurt me when he's put me in the position he's put me angered me. I was mad, scared. What if nobody knows I'm missing there? And if they do, what is my mom thinking? I thought about if I would die, what they would do, they would think, but if they would find me. If they don't find me. It's...
What's up, buddy? I was looking for you. What you up to? What's up, buddy? Getting hungry?
When I look up to see Eric on the phone, he is calling next door to his roommate, Aaron. And he gets on the phone and he says, "Hey, is Aaron there?" And one of the guys who held us up picks up.
The guy that was kind of the leader picks it up, doesn't say anything for a couple seconds, and says, "He's in the bathroom right now, he'll call you back." And he hung up.
Eric looks at me and says, "They've got Aaron." I grab the phone, then I immediately dial 911.
Guy that was kind of in the lead gets at the front of the door and he all says, "Okay, we're going to walk out single file line. We're going to make sure nobody's going to run, nobody's going to do anything, don't try nothing stupid." And as soon as he opens up the door, you see the cop cars pull into the parking lot. That was the greatest feeling at the time, to see the cop cars pull up in and to know that, okay, I'm not going to be leaving this area. And then real quickly, the guy that was in the front, he just went outside the room and jumped off the, I guess it was the second story, onto the ground. After he jumped off, the guy that was holding me pulled me back into my room, put me back on the bed, face down. It changed from, oh, this is a nice situation, having cops this close to me, to I'm trapped in here with this guy who I have no idea his life story. Maybe he's a drug addict, maybe he's cracked out or something, and he's possibly going to just say screw it and start shooting. He kept saying to me, I'm not going back to jail. He wouldn't stop saying it, and that really started to get me scared. I really thought that this guy had a really good chance of, using me as a shield and having a shootout with the cops.
Everything is brand new. Everything is coming at me at 100 miles an hour. And the outside of this vessel is engulfed in flames, shooting 30 feet in the air, all the way around the perimeter of the back of this boat. And as this is happening, we're going to drag these guys 1 foot at a time through these flames to get them back up on the top of the boat. I've not made any radio calls. Nobody around us within 20 or 30 miles has any idea we're going through this. And as I'm going back down into that wheelhouse, and I went down in there and I held my breath. And I remember being in there looking, searching frantically for radios. Pitch black, the heat is intense, the smoke, I can't see it, but rag over my face, I'm trying to breathe. I get a hold of this one radio, Mayday, Mayday, and I'm throwing up, and that snot's coming out of my nose, and my eyes are burning, and I'm going, Mayday, Mayday. And all of a sudden, it's just a radio cord with the mic that's already burned off the wall. And at this particular point, another explosion takes place and rocks this boat. The windows went out. All this debris in the air was floating and drifting, and it was on fire. I wanted to just take a fetal position on the deck, which is a very, very strange feeling to have as a captain. And I wanted to just put my hands over my face and just hide and just wish that somebody, just anybody, would take this burden from me, because I knew that I was the only person. I knew that they were looking to me for how are we going to get out of this. And I just turn around and I start screaming at the crew again. We're going to make this. Where you follow my lead, you stay focused on what I'm telling you. We're going to make this. And in my heart, I already knew, as a captain of 25 years fishing in the Bering Sea, we're not going to make this. Not one of us are going to survive this day.
He told me that he had been watching for several weeks, that he knew the vehicles that had taken me to work, and he certain ways I've worn my hair, specific people that would come in and talk to me. It was creepy. He said that cocaine was his drug of choice, and his only way to get a high is through sex, other than doing cocaine. Can I explain? He said, he's gonna let me go. He's gonna let me go, and he's gonna kill himself. And he just kept drinking, and he's like, as soon as I get up, the nerve to do what I gotta do. He made me read things that he had written on the wall. Like, his dad took away his life, and his career, and his children, and his family, and the art. Just a whole bunch of junk just written all over the walls. He said that he had just gotten out of prison a couple months before that, and that he was in there for domestic abuse. He went over to the fridge and grabbed a beer And he went and grabbed another knife. And he walked back towards me.
We heard a knock on the door. Hadn't heard any sirens, hadn't heard anything. And it was a police officer. And he had said, go downstairs. We're sitting there and then we're watching as there are two police officers at the second level, right next to Aaron's room. They're pounding the door saying, open up.
And he tells me, tell them I'm gone. So I would say, he's gone. They would say, well, if he's gone, open the door. And he would tell him, I say, tell them you'll open the door if they leave. I'll open the door if you leave. And he said, is he in there? No, he's not in here. Well, then open the door. This kept going on for, I don't know how long, 10, 15 minutes. At that point, I thought, wow, this is the help just to open the door. This can't be right. You know, I'm thinking, where's the SWAT team? Now I'm starting to think about the offensive and start to maybe think that, you know, I'm going to fight back. This amazing amount of adrenaline that starts to build up in you as you start to think that you're going to do something like this. I pulled my head back and I grabbed for the barrel of the gun. I quickly got a hold of it a little bit. He yanked it a little bit away and I grabbed for the barrel of the gun again and I got a complete good grip onto the barrel of it. So in my head, all I was thinking of was control the barrel of the gun, make sure it's not pointing at me. I was a wrestler back in the day, so I said this, I'm going to use my wrestling skills and I'm going to go right to the ground and put the gun right on the ground. And that's exactly what I did. Oh my goodness, I have the gun. What do I do now? You know, where do I go from here?
And I'm screaming, where's Jerry? Where's Jerry, my first mate? And they said, we lost him. We've lost him. What do you mean we've lost him? I said, where is he? And I looked over the stern. And Jerry was there, and I looked down at him, and I'm screaming at him. He was swimming with one arm, kicking with one leg. And as he turned sideways, and he just looked at me, and his eyes rolled up. And he said, white flame came from his mouth. And he died. There was no way that I could help him. But I knew I couldn't quit. I knew I couldn't give up. The problems are getting worse. We're going to lose this vessel. I still haven't made a radio call. We have one survival raft on the right side of the boat up on the top deck. We have another survival raft on the left side of the boat up on top of the back deck. But it's totally engulfed in flames. The boat's continuing to blow up. We've had an explosion now about every 3 to 4 minutes. There's a major explosion. And things are coming apart at the seams.
That awful feeling in my stomach the entire time I was there. And the second I seen him having a second knife, it got 3 times worse. He kept trying to get me to sit down next to him. And he set the knife down on the stand next to his bed. and I got up to go get a cigarette, I think. And that's when I grabbed him. And he started to come towards me. And I panicked. I didn't know what to do. So I stabbed him. I got him in the lower chest area. And then I stabbed him again. And in the back shoulder area. And you could feel the knife coming in, getting caught on his skin. And end up on the ground fighting for the knife. And so I held it like this, with the blade in one hand and the handle in the other hand, so you couldn't get it from me. I didn't notice no blood when we were fighting until we were down on our hands and knees, and he's trying to get it, and I looked down like this, and I see his chest area, and it was like oozing out of his chest like water out of a waterfall. It kept getting all over me. I had it all in my hair and all over my clothes. My socks were just covered in it. It was very not okay. It was disgusting. And then he hit the back of my head, and somehow he managed to get the knife from me. I looked, and there is a fan next to me. So I picked it up, and I hit him in the head chest area with it, and he stumbled backwards a little, and then he grabbed my work shirt, and I slipped it off of him. And that's when I ran to him and shut the door. It wouldn't lock, so I sat with my back against it. It was terrifying, because in that room, not knowing if anybody is coming, if anybody knows where I'm at, if he has the ability to actually get into the bathroom, what would happen if he did get in? He started yelling, talking about, I'm starting to really piss him off, that if he really wanted to get through the door, he could bust down the door at any moment.
He had all his weight on me, and then I jump squatted him against the wall and proceeded to land on his chest. His back was on the ground, and my back was on his chest. And both of us had our hands on the gun, so we were basically, on the ground, gun pointed at the ceiling like this. Finally, I realized the smart thing to do was to absolutely start yelling at the top of my lungs for these cops to get in here.
First officer took the butt of the rifle and broke the glass that was next to the door of Aaron's room. The second officer jumped in, and you can hear him saying, "Put the gun down! Put the gun down!"
He came up right above us, said, "Drop the gun, drop the gun." He probably said it 5 or 6 times.
Finally, 6 bullets. We just sat there. Aaron's dead. We were certain of it. Aaron's dead.
I need to make a communication, so I've got to go back in the wheelhouse yet again. I had search and rescue radios Velcroed to the ceiling of that wheelhouse that I hadn't used for years. And I reached up and I found one of those radios, and I said, "Mayday, Mayday, Mayday, this is the fishing vessel Galaxy." A voice came back over that radio as crystal clear as if that individual was in the room with me 2 feet away. And he said, "Galaxy," he said, "this is the Coast Guard Loran station. Handheld radios are typically good for about 20 miles at best. That radio transmission went 35 miles, which to me was a divine intervention. I said, I made radio transmission. They know they're coming. They're coming. So we're going to have to abandon ship. You just need to follow what I'm saying, that they're coming. And another explosion takes place, and I get launched right off the top of the boat, and I go 25 feet down below, and I land on the main deck. I remember laying there, and it was this sound of bacon frying in a frying pan. It was just sizzling. Mirak and a couple of the others rushed to me to get a hold of me and pull me out of the flames that were coming through the front of the boat. It seemed like maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and I heard somebody screaming, "Dave! Dave! Dave!" And I looked down through there, and 20 feet below me, this raft was coming by. And there's people in the raft, so apparently they made it off the back of the boat. I just started screaming, "Do you have everybody? Do you have everybody? Yes, Dave! Yes, Dave!" And that raft was drifting probably at 5 or 6 knots. It was going very, very fast. We're going to die today. And I said, "Yes, ma'am."
You can beating on the door, trying to get in. Open the door, let me in, open the door. Or just walk in, but don't know every time you put anything, you do anything. It's written. And let's go in there. You come over there. I think I have to please open it. And I just go and you just clean. And the police go in and get on the floor. And you try to open that window. And then you can plug me out of the equipment. I looked at this video and seeing that somebody had taken it. They showed a picture of the van for the truck across the street, and he recognized who he was. Eight weeks later, even after taking the money off the code, I found out that I was kind of bad. I found out about when it goes up, and then it starts to affect the IT differently. But it's hurt. I don't care what the other person is. I hope that there is a day that I feel thinking about. I cannot live on my own. If there is an older man in your name, I could go. I survived because I did what I thought I had to do to make sure I was still here today, you know?
looked up and started screaming at the top of his lungs. And he said, "Captain, Captain," he said, "lights." He said, "I see lights. They're coming." That chopper came back around again, and I remember that commander of that helicopter and that co-pilot, they were both men. They just looked at me and said, "Yeah, sure." On the way up from Tabasco, I was looking at this situation that we just went through, not knowing how we survived that platoon from the time of the first explosion to the time we were actually being lifted out. Had 3 fracture ribs. I had the first, second, third degree burns. My leg. Coast Guard, multiple times through the investigation, said that they have no idea how there should have been any survivors at all. That 26 people still perished. I survived because of training. I survived because it wasn't my time to go. And through the day I was there from my crew, keep responsibility and keep obligation. I survived the worst that was it.
The officer shot him 6 times and completely missed me. The gunman's hand just kind of like melted off the gun, just came off.
Out comes Aaron yelling, and we ran upstairs and gave him like a big hug, and it was almost like this strange, ironic baseball celebration of winning the championship. And he was the one that actually ended up riding out the entire operation. Apparently the plan was untie us, bring Aaron into the room, and then they were going to shoot him. After the experience, baseball wasn't as big of a priority in a sense, and it kind of calmed me down and I realized, man, I die so easily. That's really when my baseball career took off. I don't know actually, like specifically, but I do know that I was supposed to survive and not die.
I survived for a couple reasons. First one being my teammates ripping through their zip ties and being able to call the cops to come. And the other reason is my tenacity and will to live, and the determination in my heart to come out on top and to not have my life taken from me.
I was being tortured, and if I tried to breathe, he would just pull harder.
2, 3 waves hit us right in a row, and the boat just disappeared. He kept twisting and twisting. The skin looked like a twisted rubber band, and the feet were backwards.
And every time he told me to stop, he would make me respond, "Yes, master."
My friends in my dorm, everyone was getting ready to go out, just having a good time, and it was around 11 o'clock that we left the dorm. It was only maybe an hour that I was out with them, and I just decided that I didn't really want to be out anymore, so I decided to walk home. I called my friend Colette, who was still at the dorm at the time. She still hadn't left, and I asked her to meet me halfway because I didn't want to walk the whole way by myself. I got there before she did, and so I decided to sit down on a curb that was in a fire lane. It's a well-lit area, and there's cars driving by, there's people walking down the sidewalks. It was around midnight. This black sedan comes up and rolls down his window and says, "If I give you $100, will you put on these handcuffs?" He was in his mid-20s and had really, really, really long hair, like down the middle of his back, and was just really grungy looking. And I, in my head, thought, "Freak, what are you talking about?" And got up to walk away, but before I could even get up, he opened the door, had me at gunpoint, and was pulling me in across his seat into the passenger seat. Within seconds, he had duct tape covering my eyes, had handcuffed me behind my back, put my head down in between my legs, and handcuffed my feet together as well. And I just 100% didn't think I was making it out alive.
Not quite sure why or what happened, but shortly after my wife and I got married, I fell into a really deep, dark place in my life. In fact, it got so bad, my poor wife, I asked her to shoot me in the head every day. A lot of people in my family would sort of reach out, and one of the things that we loved to do was to go fishing. Going to be the last fishing trip of the year. This was mid-November, early November. We got up there, I think it was around like 7 a.m. The sun was just barely coming up. Weather was great, other than being freezing, but we're all bundled up and essentially wearing snow clothes. The water was crystal smooth as glass. There's not a cloud in the sky. It was totally clear. Just a perfect day for fishing. It was going to be the best fishing trip of the year. And we were in this tiny fishing boat, maybe a 16-foot little aluminum boat that normally would have been like a rowboat. We have 4 adults in it. We only had 3 life vests in the boat for 4 people. We were using the life vests as seat cushions because it was a small aluminum boat and the seats were cold and hard. We start fishing and it was not the perfect day for fishing. I don't know if we caught a single fish. Waves were picking up a little bit of wind, not a big deal. All of a sudden, we just started catching fish, one after another. It's like at least someone in the boat always had a fish on. At any given moment, somebody was bringing a fish in. It was just a complete shift, and we're having a blast, and everything is just amazing. I was in the front of the boat, and I was, over 280 pounds, and I'm constantly getting this spray coming on me, but I'm pulling in one fish after another, and just don't even notice. I'm reeling in this fish, and I pull the fish into the boat, the fish was swimming in the boat. And that was alarm bells, red flag. There's enough water in this boat for the fish to swim. This is a big deal.
Earlier that evening, we'd gone out for dinner. We came back home and we sat around for a little bit. My parents went to bed. Me and my youngest sister were on the couch watching TV, and we both fallen asleep. I woke up and I was being carried through my house. I really didn't think nothing of it because my dad would carry me to bed a lot of times when I'd fall asleep in the living room. I just assumed that it was the family friend and he was having car trouble and he needed some help or something. And my dad probably wouldn't get up to help him, so he thought maybe I could. I asked him where his car was at, and he told me it was just right up over the hill. It was dark. I didn't really know what was going on. I just moved there. I only lived there 2 weeks. I wasn't scared. I didn't know I should be scared. This place is a real dump. I realized it wasn't a friend of the family. He told me that he was going to be having a little party, and he started naming off people that I knew from school. And he said that they were going to be coming anytime, and we were just going to hang out and have a good time. Then he asked me if I was into model cars and trucks. We went upstairs, and I looked at some of his model cars and trucks. I didn't know I had anything to worry about. I've never been in a situation like that before. And the next thing I knew, he freaked out, threw me back on his bed onto my back, and he grabbed my right ankle and twisted it around till it snapped. He just sat up on the bed beside me and put his hands on his head. And as soon as he did that, I made a run for it. I was so scared and confused at the time, I didn't feel much pain in my ankle, but I did feel the bone slipping past my foot bone when I was trying to run on it. A really strange feeling. I made it down his stairs, out of his bedroom, down the stairs, through the living room, and halfway through the kitchen when he caught up to me. And he got me from behind and put me in a chokehold, dragged me back into his living room, threw me up against his couch, and forced my right leg up over my head until my thigh broke.
I didn't have time to even realize what was going on when I was pulled into the car. I didn't scream. All he said to me was, "You should have taken the money." And he said, "Don't say a word, stay down." And he had what I thought was the gun on my shoulder and his hand on my back, keeping me down. And I didn't want to say a word, thinking that he would shoot my brains out right then and there. He asked me my name. I made up a name, and I said I was 17 because I felt that he wouldn't hurt me if he thought I was minor. I wanted to cooperate with him because I didn't want to make him angry to hurt me even more. I heard the tires as soon as the car stopped. He got out, and I could hear him walking around the front of the car. And immediately he was at my door, dragged me out. We were going down steps. I still couldn't see. I was still handcuffed behind my back. He started touching me and kissing me. And at that point, I knew what was going to happen. And he sexually assaulted me after that. He kept telling me that everything was going to be okay. And that if I just cooperated, everything would be okay. But I didn't believe it.
The waves were splashing and coming over the front of the boat. I stood up and I tried to move towards the back of the boat to get the front of the boat to come up. We turn the boat and we try and get back to the marina, but turning the boat in that direction turned us right into the waves. 1, 2, 3 waves hit us right in the middle, and the boat just disappeared. We didn't capsize. It wasn't like we were, rocking too much. It literally just filled with water and it was gone right out from underneath us, and we're all in the water. We're smack dab in the middle of the biggest part of the lake, about 2.5 miles from any shoreline. And the water was so cold, it burns. I ended up with a life vest. My brother Steve and his wife Catherine both ended up with a life vest, and Mike grabbed onto the only thing he could really hold on to, which was this red, stinky, smelly gas can. We all had heavy, clothes on, snow clothes, jackets, these big snow boots that I have on there. I cannot swim with these. But luckily I hadn't tied them. I just kicked them off and I was able to start swimming. My brother growing up was major into scouting, ended up being an Eagle Scout. He understood the predicament that we were in. He understood that in water that's 40 degrees, you have 30 minutes before you're dead, before your organs shut down, you get in severe hypothermia and you're gone. And I remember my brother saying, okay, let's stay together. Let's get to the marina. Everybody pray.
I just heard the pop. I just heard my leg pop. It didn't really hurt at that time. After that, he became a normal person again, acting like he was my friend, wanting to have a conversation. He told me that he lived there with his brothers. He told me that
PvP, how to access the PvP. Hey guys, it's Dawntrail. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys a beginner's guide to PvP in FF14. I'll be including as much as I can, including how to unlock PvP, how to unlock all the game modes for PvP, how to access the PvP zone where you can practice your combos at a dummy, etc. So with that said, let's jump right in. So to unlock PvP, you need to be at level 30 main story quest. You also need to be at level 30 with a class, any class, and that you have to finish the job quest to unlock the Flash Stone. For example, for Gladiator, you should be Paladin before you're able to do PvP. So keep that in mind. For like a Dragoon, previously you were a Lancer, now you should be a Dragoon in order to PvP. In order to unlock Crystal Conflict, you need to do the first Grand Company quest given to you, which is called A Pup No Longer. To unlock Frontline, you do the following quest, which is called like Civilized Men and Women, also at the Grand Company quest. And for Rival Wings, you want to head over to Bo Stan, and he will give you a simple quest to do, and then you'll be able to unlock it easily. Now, which leads me to my next point. How do you come to Bo Stan? So if you've been here already, the easier way is just to type in /teleport in Secha and head over to Lunacia. At the bottom, you should have Bo Stan. If you don't worry, I'll teach you how to get there. Again, type /teleport in the Secha, and you want to head over to Lower Lunacia, which is where I'm at right now. And if you don't have Lower Lunacia, then basically just come off Limsa Limonsa Upper Decks, and you just go south all the way to here. And here, you basically just take the ferry to Bo Stan. Once you're here, just attune the Aetheryte so that you can come here again instantly without having to go through all that. And now you will notice you have a new set of abilities in your hotbar. Type in /PvP profile in your Secha, and here you will have access to all the abilities in case you lose some of them, and you can read up on how it works. Not only that, in the quick chats, PvP actions, this is what you'll be using in Crystal Conflict because chat is banned to prevent toxicity, I suppose. So you probably want to have hello, and then you want to have attacking target, something like that to get started on. Keep in mind, this only works for Crystal Conflict. It's not going to apply in Frontline. It's a little different. So the first thing we're going to talk about are the defensive utilities in PvP. So we have a standard issue elixir. So this fully recovers our HP and MP, and it takes a very long time to cast. So this is something you want to use when you're in a safe area once you exit a fight. Recuperate is basically your on-the-go instant healing abilities. So if you're in the middle of a fight, you can spam your abilities while spamming the recuperate button, and you'll be healing by a lot, but it will consume your MP. So your MP and HP is tied together. The next thing is Purify. It will remove most of the crowd control in FF14 PvP, and if you're able to remove any CC, then you'll be granted Resilience, which for the next 5 seconds you cannot be CC. But if you use it just randomly, you will not have the resilience effect. It'll be useless. However, this doesn't work on all abilities. For example, one of White Mage's crowd control, it just turns you into like a little doll, and Purify does not work. That's one of the examples. Guard reduces damage taken by 90% and grants immunity to pretty much most of the things in the game. However, there are abilities that removes guard. For example, Monk's Limit Break removes your guard. So when you're using guard, your movement speed is also slow. In general, you don't want to use these two together. You want to use it one at a time because they're like a free escape tool. You go in, do your burst, you heal up a little bit, and then you get focused on by the enemy team, and you pop Purify, and then you can get the hell out. Another thing to keep in mind of that I didn't mention already is sprint. You want to make sure to have the PvP sprint, not the normal sprint. You can chuck the normal sprint out. The PvP sprint has like this, like a thicker outline around it. Basically, you pop sprint, you can run infinitely. If you're in a tight situation, you go in, oh, you fucked up, you pop Purify, pop sprint, you get the hell out. A simple way to get started on any PvP class you want to play in FF14 is to head over to the Revival PvP server. Once you're in it, go to the mentoring section, and for example, you play a tank, go to the top right and click on pinned messages, and you scroll down, you'll find one of these pictures will help you get started on the class with some basic burst combo, with some pros and cons, what you should be doing in general. Nothing crazy, but also just simple and easy enough where it's just a simple picture, you look at it, and you kind of get the gist of the class, since PvP in FF14 isn't that complex. And you'll pretty much find one for every single class. Your healer, you go to the healer section, melee, physical range, caster section. General tips for Crystal Conflict. Number one is obviously play for the objective, which is the crystal itself. You should always try to be pushing the crystal, or if possible, fight on the crystal. And if you're losing the fight and you're unable to escape or get away, then try to just die on the crystal. That way you delay it as much as possible for the enemy to push the crystal. Second thing is to always target the person with the lowest HP/MP, as MP is basically tied to your HP. In essence, MP is just the extended health that a player has. They just haven't converted it to health just yet. You can also use a macro like this here. Basically, you're telling everyone who you're attacking, and then you put a marker on that person so that everyone in your team can see who you're attacking. And if you're good with the target selection, you can basically win a fight for your team by constantly telling them to target the person with the lowest health/MP. Lastly, try to group up after losing a fight. Otherwise, you'll be constantly fighting at a numbers disadvantage. You're constantly going 4 versus 5, 3 versus 5 when the enemy team is grouped up together, and then you just just going in one by one, that often leads to a complete snowball and you just get completely destroyed one-sidedly. General tips for frontline: the most important thing is to have the map open at all times. So you want to press M and just bring the map to the right side of the screen or left side, whichever you prefer really. I usually just put it right under the total scores of all the grand companies, and I just put it right under and then zoom out until it fits your screen. This way you can know what is happening across the map. You can know when an objective comes up, you know when you're losing an objective, you can go help. Second tip is to always try to play the objective and try not to fly in the middle of nowhere, as it doesn't really help the team to win the match. And if possible, you should always try to go for the objective closest to your spawn, as if any of your teammates die, it's a lot easier for your team to get to that location than the enemies. Another tip is that melees and tanks are extra tanky compared to crystal conflicts, but physical range and casters are still the same. So if you have to target somebody, you should always try to target a physical range or a caster, as they are quite squishy in front line. General tips for rival wings: same as frontline, you should always have the map open at all times so that we know what is happening on the map. In general, you want to push the side lanes so that you're able to obtain the currency you kill from the mobs, which will then be used to purchase mags. And the mags are like really powerful tools you can use on one-shot enemies. And at some point in the middle, there will be a train spawning. There will be like a big notification, and you basically want to fight for the train. Which if you win, you'll gain more currency, meaning you'll get more mags. If you have more mags, you'll push the lanes quicker. And if you're able to push the lanes quicker, you destroy the tower, and then eventually you're then able to attack the base directly. That's the limit and the extent of what I know. So if anyone have any tips for rival wings, please leave a comment down below as well. For the PvP rewards, you want to head over to the western side of the stand, which is just to the left here. You'll find it pretty easily. And with the currency you earn from playing PvP, you're then able to buy a bunch of different things. For example, you're able to buy glams, some other minor stuff like brain kit, which is for your adventurous play. You can also buy a bunch of materia, more glam, emote books. There's a bunch of emote books, some hairstyles as well, a mount, some furnitures, a bunch of goodies you can obtain for participating in PvP. Not only that, if you type in /PvP profile once again, top right, and you click on series, here you will see the all the bunch of rewards you're able to obtain. So that's it for this video, guys. If you have any more PvP tips, leave a comment down below, and make sure to leave a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and subscribe for more future FF14 content. As always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
You think it's time to maybe learn to make drinks? Yeah. How do you manage cocktails if you don't know how to make them?
I've relied on the expertise of other people. I'm one of the reasons. Is that bad? Sorry. Go ahead.
There's no expertise. This drink sucks.
It's my problem. I get it.
Well, if it's all because of Bill, I'm going to talk to Bill.
So there's Sean. The landlord owns the bar. The bar was dark for years. Sean talked the landlord into giving him the bar. Yeah, the landlord even let him and he ran to buy booze and everything. Right now, Sean has $35,000 in the home. Sean has secured himself an opportunity to become the partner if he turns the bar. Good.
You look like you need to stop.
In 5 weeks, only two things happen. Either gets this bar and becomes a real owner, or the landlord walks with the bar. This guy was given this and has all the upside in the world with no liability, and he's blowing it. That's Pamela. She's Sean's mother.
Hey, Caitlin. Hey, Pam. We're at 50,000 amends. Okay.
Mom is help paying the bills. Mom is paying Sean's rent in his apartment while he's losing money playing in his bar. Embarrassing. Look at the bar top, guys. It's floor tiles, for Christ's sakes. Look at the walls. Look at the open kitchen. It makes absolutely no sense. Then look at the stools, another color again. The inside of this bar has no personality, no rhyme, no reason. It looks like a bar that was closed for 10 years and they just turned the lights on again.
Just walks out with garbage in his hand. See if he washes those hands when he comes in.
Okay.
He didn't wash his hands, John. No, walk outside with a garbage can.
Came back in, never washed his hands.
Walked right by the sink.
Oh, what? Changing a paper towel. Now he's going in the bathroom. We have now cross-contaminated to the bathroom. So he's out back now having a cigarette, wiping his sweat on himself. Your hospitality professional, you put on a clean shirt when you come to work, don't you?
Absolutely.
He's wearing a dirty t-shirt. He's unshaven, sweaty as hell.
When a person comes in and finds you unclean and unpresentable, their first impression is that everything else is going to fall in line.
Right behind the bar. I want to see if he washes his hands.
He didn't wash his hands.
And the transfer continued.
He might as well just wipe his ass on everything in that place.
Right to the ice scoops. So now everything going forward is not contaminated.
Right. That bar, you can see he's got some motions, right? I take that back. Look at this guy. He's been given every opportunity.
And this guy's not doing a damn thing about it.
Oh, no, he is. He's having a drink. Can we get some food, please?
You know, Sloppy Joes, I make from scratch. The Sloppy Joes are killer.
Yeah?
You Sloppy Joes? Yeah.
Oh. This guy is a complete rookie. Oh, look at this freaking place. What is that, guys?
That is a foreign substance.
Mystery meat?
That is something that would not get within a foot of my mouth. You see the layer of whatever that is.
It's a layer of fat that comes to the top.
Meaning that container hasn't been changed in days. And every day at the end of the shift, he's supposed to transfer one container into the other.
What the hell is he doing here? Well, he is wearing gloves, so I'll give him that. Okay, there we have a little moisture.
I love water in my meat.
In the microwave?
And who cares if the buns are just sitting on the stainless steel countertop? You know, I'm sure it's not dirty.
Oh, leaking bun.
Oh, maybe wearing gloves, so he's touching everything that he can possibly touch.
Oh, God. He's sweating on everything. The grease running out the back of the fence. Look how delicious that looks.
Oh. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
You notice the gloves, guys? You see any gloves anywhere? What gloves? So the gloves disappeared somewhere. He never washed his hands, but he removed the gloves.
It's a big health hazard.
Oh, man. This is illegal as hell. I know who guys. We can't let this food go out of the kitchen, or we can't let these drinks go out of the bar. No. Okay, let's go in. Let's shut it down. Yes, stop sweating for a second. Come talk to me. Okay, let me get this straight. Are you making money? I'm losing $4,000 a month. How do you lose $4,000 a month in a bar this small? Are you paying your rent? No, I'm not paying my rent. So this is your dream. You get a freaking bar given to you like this. I did, yeah. You worked a year, and this is it? This is it? What about where you live? Are you paying your rent? My mom's paying my rent. What's your name? Pam. How old are you? 33. Your mother's paying your rent. Yes. I just sent my chef in your kitchen to close it down. Because it's so freaking disgusting. He's serving that food to people. He's gonna get them sick. Nobody's getting sick. Hey, nobody's getting sick. Really. Let's go. Nobody's getting sick. Nobody's getting sick. Let me let you know something. I've been watching you. You smoked the cigarette, you took out the trash, you didn't wash your damn hands. Right away, did I whip it once? You carried out garbage. You never washed your hands, and you touched food. You're gonna make people sick like that, bro. You're gonna make people sick. Dude, what do you want? Damn hair. Desi's been in the bar business 25 years. Desi is in debt $150,000. And ask me how much money he's losing every night.
How much?
Dinner? He doesn't know. Sorry, Dad. So Desi had a stroke 3 months ago. He's fine now. You wonder if the failing of the bar might have helped cause the stroke.
Everything's got to be Desi's got to do it all. I got that.
What Daddy's doing?
There's Lindsay, his daughter.
Okay.
She's the manager. Her dad is older. He's not 12. Now the pressure is on Lindsay to take over. She needs to take the burden on him physically of coming here every day.
Just got your answer.
But he's not giving her the control to help him.
Baby. I don't like you.
Okay, well, you making that clear. Remember, calm it down.
Shut up.
Okay. She is trying to calm him down, stop him. I'm the boy, but nobody give him a shot. Okay? Thank you. No more drinking. Debbie is not going to.
Did I get what I ordered?
What did you want from me?
I would like a little shot
Tell would like a beer.
It's a manager. I cannot deserve you anymore.
So imagine being in Lindsay's shoes. Her dad has a medical issue. He's sitting here drinking and partying. This same man, but I'm drinking.
Please, Dad.
So if he continues to drink this way and continues to be under control, this poor man will probably die. That's what we have to prevent.
Stand up. Yeah, I really can give him another shot. Hey, okay.
I'm not the boss no more.
I think you've had enough.
You hands up.
Okay.
I want one more. Amanda, you're done. You don't pick the shot. I just want that one more.
There you go. There you go.
Another drink. Oh, he's not. He's not drinking anymore. One more time. Right. What you want?
Behind you.
You got your back. Very observant guy, huh? Speechless? You have nothing to say. Not the time. Oh, John. Wow. No. I'm so... What? Look, you've been in this business 25 years. And this is what you got to show for it? Really? Not tonight. Really tonight? Tonight, really. You're losing money tonight. Isn't tonight a good night to fix it? Where's your daughter? Lindsay, can we talk for a minute? Come over, Desi. Can I get a beer?
Come on, buddy.
I want a beer.
Dad, okay, wait, listen. I said no more. Please, please,
Desi,
please.
put the freaking beer down. Put the beer down. Takes another drink. Is the next beer more important to him than making money? No, sir. Only making money. What are you doing here? Is he in debt? Yeah. How much? A little bit. Well, we know a little bit. He doesn't know. And does he know how much money I'm talking English. Does he know how much money he's losing? No, he doesn't, does he? Does he have a retirement? Why tonight? I'm here tonight. That's why. I was like, you
What, buddy? You want to sit with me?
Get the bar empty. Get your staff together and let's have a little meeting. I'm all right. I'm in the stage you're in. That's nice. There is no tomorrow. If you don't do it tonight, stay with me toe to toe and save your ass. Okay? Please, please. Why tonight? Why tonight? I can't tomorrow.
You have to say okay.
Look out of here now. He's gonna do
There's only one person in this bar who can tell me to stay, and that's you, Desi. Please, we want to stay. We want to stay. Yes, hey, you want to stay? Yes, we have to do that. You agree with me or not? 1 minute, Sean. 1 minute.
You there he is. Gets a $400,000 inheritance. Buys this bar who's doing $670,000 a year or so, and he starts losing $5,000-6,000 a month. He's now doing $325,000. And if the name Liquid Lounge was worth anything then, I'm not sure it's worth anything now. He now has $400,000 into the bar. And how much did he get as inheritance?
Oh my God, that's $400,000.
So 400 minus 400 is?
Oh my gosh, he's a zero. He has no money now.
Zero. So the guy's out of money. He's going to close in the next 2 to 3 months. And look at this bar.
Hello.
So there's Lola.
Welcome to Liquid Lounge.
Welcome. Lola's been here about 3 years. You see that gentleman over there? That's Dudley. That's Lola's husband. For them, this bar is more than a workplace. It's their home, and their customers are like family, but their home is being destroyed. Ice is good.
Yep, we're good.
Limes are good.
Good.
Floor is clean.
Check. All right. I'll call you when I need you.
I know you will.
My poor husband, he does everything for me.
There's another bartender, Ramon.
You said Cranberry, right?
Here's Stacy. A bartender here for 20 years. And I really want to see what she has to say, because she knows what this place was like 6 years ago when it was still busy.
Sure. They're asking me about deviled eggs.
There's our cook, Dave Thomas. All right, that's with a BLT sandwich, served in a quality styrofoam container.
Next to trash.
Sitting next to the trash bin, right? How do you touch anything in that place? Look at how unkept this bar is. Nothing looks clean, nothing looks cared for, nothing looks wiped. So that's where they put their clean pour spouts. They want to keep them clean. Oh,
So you have all this stuff coming from the bar mats and actually dripping over into the garnishes.
The guests don't see until they're in the drink.
The lines are all...
Look at the color of the lines.
Those have been cut days ago.
It's disgusting.
Look at the containers.
Wow, there's the white crust.
This is what they're dipping the...
That salt has the water in it from yesterday's bucket. Why would these people come to this bar? Since this market is about young, my daughter's 28. She represents Jack Daniels in the liquor distributing business. So for recon tonight, my daughter Sam is going to walk through that door in a minute. I asked her to sit at the bar.
Look on the liquid.
Sam knows me. She knows what I'm looking for.
Yes, she does. Is there Jack and soda? Okay, no problem. Thank you. I'll be $7.
Wow, so she's paying $7 for Jack and Cola. That's an expensive cocktail.
There you go, baby. You're welcome.
Wouldn't a Jack and Cola be 3 parts Cola to 1 part Jack?
You balance absolutely.
Oh, look at her face. How do you blow a Jack and Cola?
Do you have a couple more limes, too?
And it diluted a bit so it's palatable.
She's chasing flies away from her lines. What, did you bring food in from the outside?
Yeah. You just walked in with that bag.
But would you let them bring food in if the kitchen was open?
No. Why would we do that? Why would I work against myself?
Look at Rob standing there watching them do this, with his arms crossed. Who's running this place?
It's a good question. Do you listen to my video? Yeah. Thank you. Just a little bit. You go to the window, order upstairs, he'll tell you what he's got.
I'm not sure I can let her eat there.
So you can't even find the guy to place an order.
Look, as she stands in the window looking in that disgusting kitchen. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, what is that?
He's skewering some shrimp. Do you think that shrimp is fresh?
That's raw. And then he's touching everything.
Now he has shrimp juice all over the handle. Look at this. What the hell is that? Is that even clean?
I would not eat that.
This bar is freaking disgusting. There's fruit flies flying around. Sam, she has to put napkins over a freaking glass. Can we serve these cocktails, Rob?
Absolutely not.
Can we serve that food?
John, you cannot let her eat that. She's gonna be thick.
So we have dirty surface. There's filth freaking everywhere. Let's stop this, guys, before somebody gets sick. At the bar? Okay. John Coffer. Welcome. Rob McCarthy. Nice to meet you, Rob.
Nice to meet you.
Come with me for a second. Can you give me the fruit, please, from under the bar? Look at these guys. Did you see the color? You want to serve? You want to serve that? No, sir. Do you want to eat that?
Yeah.
How many fruit flies have you gotten like this tonight? All night long, correct?
Yeah.
How about these olives? Oh, Rob, feel the slime in this.
You know, olives are put in formaldehyde for the most part to kind of keep them going for a long time. They smell like egg, which means the formaldehyde is turned.
So let's dump these over here because now I know the bar will get clean. Right, guys? How about this one? Is that French?
It's cut tonight.
That's not cut tonight.
Cut tonight. Only some of them were cut tonight.
So, gotcha! Old fruit! Look at this, guys! Look at it! Their kid was their owner. So he bought this place 4 years ago, paid $400,000. Wow. Since then, he's put in another $130,000. Where? So with this little bar, he's losing $6,000 a month. That's $72,000 a year of losses. Yeah. There's Monique, Jim's fiance. She sometimes helps out here in the bar. There's Chris. She's a bartender.
Well, because in the back there's one place to keep up. There's like 12 followers.
There's Kristen. She's another bartender.
That is beautiful.
So she had created a promotion called Open Mics.
If any of you have a song or a poem or a story, perform. We want you. We want your passion. Yeah.
So, you know, this is a beer bar. So I wanted to bring some beer professionals in. So I had 2 brewers from Laverne Brewing Company, which is a great local brewery here in town. They know beer quality, and they know the marketplace. I'm curious to hear what they think.
Do you guys have a beer list by chance for 50 pounds? I'll take my beer.
You have any tailgate?
Thank you. This is not my first.
I guess they don't like that.
I guess.
How about the foam? Look at this. Wow. No head on that beer at all. Right there is where half of their beer costs. So that was probably 40% of that beer. Easy. I have concerns about what we refer to as a beer clean glass, because you could tell by the way that it was poured and the lack of standing head that there's some residue from somewhere inside that glass.
I had a beer that was old. The characteristics of an IPA would be the hops would be there, and they weren't there. So that means the beer's old. They've fallen off. The picture she's pouring is all falls right now.
It's beer. We're not reinventing the wheel here, John. But that beer can cost 8 to 20 cents an ounce, and that's really expensive when it goes down the drain. Absolutely. And we just saw hundreds of ounces go down that drain. I think they poured more than they served. But night after night after night, has Jim done the math and said, you know, if I dump 3 beers every time I sell 1, I can't make money. His back is to the bar. He's oblivious to what's going on. His bar is hemorrhaging money, and he's got a Kool-Aid smile. You know, this guy does not know the economics of beer. I'm going to teach him. He needs to learn, doesn't he, Sean? Good luck with that. Jim, you the owner?
Yes, I am.
I want to show you something. Come back with me for a minute. Just give me a pitcher of beer and a bunch of glasses.
Oh, Lord.
One down. Keep going. Let's go. Okay, Jim, did you buy this bar to make money?
I did.
Fill that pitcher with beer. I want you to hold it on an angle, because I'm going to catch all the foam coming out. Go ahead. But just keep the foam coming into the glass, okay? Keep going. Keep going now, Jim. Let's keep going. We're really making money now, aren't we, guys? Hey, let's keep going. There's another one. Let's go. Here we go. Keep pouring. Come on, Jim. Keep pouring it. Okay. There's about 3.5 glasses of beer in that pitcher. How many glasses are here? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. What beer do you drink in your bar?
Bottled.
Why?
Because it tastes better.
Does anybody here want to drink this, really? Is this not the worst beer you've ever seen in your life? Because your beer sucks, right?
For the most part, yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
But you'll let him drink it, but you won't.
Well, yeah.
So when this staff came in today, the first thing they did was marry their liquor bottles.
That's ridiculous. That's illegal.
What do you think the second thing they did when they came in was? From the looks of it, a little drinking, a little boozing, that's just a train waiting to crash. So I got 2 locals for recon tonight, Emmanuel and Eric, and let's see what they think of this bar.
I don't have a full bar menu. I mean, what do you normally drink?
You got margaritas here?
I can make whatever.
Let's do a margarita. How's a catfish? Good? I think I want to do that.
A green margarita.
Oh, yeah.
You like that?
It's okay. I think I asked for a margarita, though.
Oh, who made it? Cheeks. Cheeks. He said he asked for a margarita.
Yeah, if they can't make a margarita, I'm guessing they're not going to do magic with a catfish here.
Sorry. My bad.
Okay, now we got a bright yellow margarita.
Man. Oh, that's it. I've never had a margarita that bad in my life. Ever.
Okay, so we've struck out twice.
Try to get an old fashioned. Excuse me. Can I get a old fashioned instead of this margarita, please?
You want an old fashioned?
Yeah, it's the old fashioned, one of the most popular drinks in America right now.
Hey, yo, that's what I'm talking about. We ain't got no catfish. They do this.
He couldn't drink. He couldn't eat. And do you see anyone making an old fashioned?
Not one. Can't get nobody get 3 shots for the kitchen. 3 shots for the kitchen. 3 shots for the kitchen.
Why are they serving the kitchen drinks?
For the kitchen. I still ain't got no food. Shots for the kitchen. I ain't got no food.
These are employees in uniform on a shift.
Shots for the kitchen. Hey, tell one of them cooks I say come here. What they doing back there?
There is no control. These employees are comfortable acting like that in a